Hello there. I can't believe it's a year ago already. That's incredible.
The time flies very fast, correct? Yeah,
Yeah. That was really quite a thing last year, wasn't it?
absolutely. We organized our event with a trip around Ukraine and then all this the ceremony in a bunker and the first time live with the massive people audience voting at the same time. That was incredible.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest challenge was?
Well, as far as I remember, this was the first time when we were combining offline and online mode, also with dozens of people present, being in relatively challenging situations in a country where the airports are still closed, but being able to visit some really off the beaten track places. So I would say that the complexity of the previous NomadMania Awards 2023, which was hosted in Ukraine, was not about a single piece, but about the actual complexity of the project itself, how to navigate many moving parts all together. And I believe we did pretty well.
And I think we proved ourselves to be quite intrepid by going to Izium, right? Um, Guys, welcome. We are here to reveal the nominees for the fourth NomadMania Awards that are going to be held on November 17th in Bangkok, Thailand.
As a part of Extraordinary Travel Festival.
This year, we decided to put on a small show just to make sure we have your attention.
So, guys, stay tuned for an hour filled with a number of guest travelers and see if your nominees got picked.
So, Orest, where are you today?
I'm in Khochand, northern Tajikistan, and I just got here from Fergana Valley in the neighboring Uzbekistan just a couple of hours ago.
That was great. Yes. So, Orest and I were there just a few days ago. And how was that, Orest? Did you enjoy our time there?
Well, we should probably uncover the reason why we went there. Probably many of our members and those people who are watching us live now know that in late May 2025, we are hosting a NomadMania conference number 5 in Fergana Valley, which is supposed to be the single biggest event in our history. So we take it very seriously. It's a big responsibility for all the community. And we personally traveled to Fergana Valley with Harry to conduct an inspection, to see the places we'll visit, to talk with all the stakeholders, speak with contractors. Basically, it was like a work trip to make sure that the entire conference in May will run fine.
All I can say, guys, you do not want to miss this. It's going to be a really great event. We are already quite booked, well beyond our expectations. And before you know it, we will be fully booked. So if you're thinking of coming, if you've never been to Uzbekistan, this is really a good opportunity. But even if you have been, maybe you have not visited the Fergana Valley, and this is an up and coming place. The BBC just had quite an expose about the area, so it's definitely a place that's worth exploring.
Absolutely. Harry, like I know you're home. How does it feel to be at home now? Because I'm on the road
Well,
for almost a year now.
occasionally even I need to be home, and it's good to be home in relaxing mode, and obviously always dreaming of more travel.
Cool. So we are about to make the vote. And Harry, people are sometimes wondering, like, why do these awards actually happen? Like, why does it exist? What is their purpose?
Well, I think on one level they are a celebration. Okay, they're a celebration of travel itself and travelers themselves, and having some good entertaining fun is always worthwhile. At the same time, NomadMania aims to be an educator. It aims to inform people, and there are so many travelers out there that we don't know about. So I think the awards are our way of letting the people know who's out there and what incredible things they are doing. And it shouldn't be seen as competition, because at the end of the day, you're only competing against yourself, and travel is not about competition. So I would say the awards are about education and entertainment.
Cool. And could you explain how does the selection of the nominees process work? Like, does it mean that like anybody can nominate everyone, or we just nominate our friends? Like, what's the idea behind that?
If anything, we don't nominate our friends. Yeah, well, for these awards, we consider everybody. So nominees are not only NomadMania members. And in fact, in most years, and this year too, I would say about half the nominees are not on NomadMania. So the process begins with us asking the community, the NomadMania people, to give their nominees. We get those nominees, and thank you very much to all of you who sent a lot of interesting names, opening our eyes as well, because this is our way to get informed and see who's out there. At the same time, we are doing a lot of research, finding out who's out there. We have a subcommittee, which is composed of Lucy Sue and Don Don Bales and me. So the three of us then convene and put together all these nominees and have a bit of a discussion about them. And then we all, the three of us, vote. We have a bit of a conversation. We kind of get a few names ahead. And then in the end, we involve some other people in the NomadMania team. It's a really, I would say, difficult decision. It's not easy at all. And I want to say, if you've nominated someone and they don't make it, that doesn't mean that we didn't consider the nomination. We consider them all. It's just that there's some really tough choices to be made here.
Obviously, everything will be shown and judged by the public vote itself. And I just want to tell guys that during this show tonight, the voting will be open. So stay tuned until the end. We're going to present all our nominees, and then you'll be able to vote live. The only thing here to remind you is that it will start tonight and it will finish on November 17th during our Gala Awards in Bangkok. So if you didn't get your ticket to Extraordinary Travel Festival, please consider to join live. That will be a great gathering. At the same time, there are a few conditions to be able to vote. So first of all, obviously, you have to be a NomadMania member for that, and visit at least 20 NomadMania regions on your profile. So those are the only small limitations that we put in order for our members to participate in this event.
And that means that if you're a newer member and you've only filled in the countries you visited, because this is something that we now enable, but you haven't filled in your regions, then you're not going to be able to vote. So, do fill in your regions so that you can vote.
Yeah, and for the last note for myself is also, that we have the app that we invested a lot recently, and we see that more and more users actually are utilizing our work and use the app, so please do. But please keep in mind that the voting system is available only on the web version, meaning you can do this from your desktop, as we are talking now with Harry, or you can also log in for your mobile phone and do the voting. Yeah, so the voting system is available only on the web version, not the app.
And one last thing, we really believe in a fair vote. Fairness is extremely important. So we're going to ask all of you to please really read who these nominees are. Look at their links, study them before you cast your vote. We also have our ways of knowing if the vote is fair, and the committee does reserve the right to reverse the vote if we feel something isn't fair. So, Orest, what do you think? Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so, without further ado, may I call Bangkok, Thailand? Hello, Bangkok. Can we have your votes, please?
Harry, this is not Eurovision.
Isn't it? Am I in the wrong show? I thought everything is Eurovision. Oh, well, Eurovision or not, let me call Bangkok and let's welcome our first guest of the evening, Rick Kazarian, who is the organizer of the Extraordinary Travel Festival. Hello, Rick.
Hey now, and Sawadee Krap, Harry.
So, tell us, how are things in Bangkok?
We are doing a ton of preparation to get ready for the big event. We have over 230 people committed to November 15th through 17th. It's going to be an incredible time, incredibly busy, and incredibly fun.
Wow. Okay. I think a lot of us are really, really looking forward to this. What's the greatest challenge in organizing such a thing? If
Well,
there's
there's
only one greater one, you know.
well, there's probably a lot of stories I can tell in regards to the organization, but it's like juggling 100 balls at the same time, in short, and keeping all these different groups moving together in unison, whether it's a vendor, the hotel, the speakers, the restaurants, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, right. So do you expect it to be quite different from the event in Armenia 2 years ago?
The template is the same, but I'm trying to supersize it. I'm trying to make it more fun, more exciting, bigger. So hopefully everything will come to fruition as the time nears.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, some incredible speakers there. A lot of extracurricular events as well that Rick is organizing. So if you haven't signed up yet, I think there is still time to, right? It's never too late to sign up, Rick, is it?
Yeah, we did keep it open until the very end in Armenia, and that will probably be the case this year. But yeah, there's tickets available now, at least.
Okay. All right. So, Rick, why don't you go ahead and reveal to us the nominees in your category, which is the best digital creator, I believe.
Yeah, and this is pretty exciting, Harry. I just saw this list a minute ago. There are some great names, and I am very excited to announce and present the nominees for the best digital creators. First up, she showcases both the luxury and the down-to-earth sides of travel, often in unusual destinations. From the US, it is Chloe Jade Meltzer. And he just completed an epic overland trip across the whole of the Middle East and reaching Japan from Egypt. You might know him, Omar Mawafi. And these two, they're from different continents, but they show travel through the lens of love. That's pretty sweet. From Argentina and Estonia, it's Matteo and Lisana. And I hope you're following this guy on Instagram. I am. He's won at least 4 juggling world records and is less than 10 countries away from 193, Harry. You know him. You love him. From Germany, it's Luca Ferdmenges, better known as the German travel guy on IG. And I don't want to brag. I was just on his podcast last week. His travel podcast is ranked #1 digital nomad podcast with a huge diversity of travelers from the US. It's Matt Bowles and a speaker at ETF, Harry. And certainly not least, we all love this guy, a seasoned radio producer and full-time traveler who focuses on the vagabond within. We know him from Denmark. It's Pally Bow. So there we have it. 6 incredible content creators. It's going to be hard to choose who I'm voting for.
Oh, yeah, it will be a hard choice. Thank you so much, Rick. And for all of you, Pale was in fact one of the co-presenters last year at our awards in Ukraine. So this year he will sit it out as a nominee, and let's see what happens. And I believe he will be in Bangkok as well. Great to see you, Rick. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with the final preparations there.
I'll see you in a couple weeks, Harry. Thank you, everybody at NomadMania.
Okay, take care. Bye. Bye, Rick. Now, guys, we belatedly decided we're going to have one more award category because digital creators are really great and travel creators, but we wanted to reward people who don't just travel, but who actually maybe don't travel so much, but give a lot of insight and information in a country. So they help educate us into a culture, into a language, into a country. So this year, we're introducing a new nomination category, that of Best Digital Creator Country Specific. And while you will see who the nominees are at the end of the show, we have a number of interesting countries represented in these nominations. And let me also say that this year we have either 5 or 6 nominations per category, depending. So without further ado, let me call our next guest, who is none other than our beloved Lucy Sue, who I believe is in California right now.
Yes.
Hello, Lucy. Lovely to see you. Good morning there.
Good morning. Oh, goodness. I was so excited last night. I could barely sleep.
Really?
Yes. Okay. I kid you not. I swear. I actually had a dream last night about the awards.
No. What
I
was
don't
it
know
about?
if I have time to share this dream. I don't know if it's just my excitement or my anxiety. And then it's funny that I just saw Rick online, but I had a dream that we were at the awards, and then all of a sudden we decided to turn it into like a marriage ceremony, and people started asking Rick to officiate them getting married. It was just so bizarre. It was, I don't know if that's my anxiety
Why
or
not? I mean, let's do it. I mean, I think there will be a few couples there, so
yeah,
why not have a quasi marriage ceremony during the
right.
awards as well? So,
I'm
Lucy, you're going to be one of the presenters, won't you?
yes, I hope I can handle it because I'm so like my heart is racing right now just from the excitement of the reveal. So I hope during the actual ceremony I can manage.
Well, you did a really great job last year, Lucy, and we were very proud of you in Ukraine, which is why, we can't get enough of you. We want more of Lucy. So, I'm sure you'll do more than a fantastic job there.
Yeah, well, that's why, I definitely want to do better than last year. I want the show to get better and better, and I definitely don't want to disappoint. I want people to enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they will. Thanks, Lucy. Well, tell us a little bit about travel books. You are an avid reader, I believe. So tell us about a book, whether it's nominated or not, that you've enjoyed reading lately about travel.
I have to be very honest. This is a busy year in my career, and I've been reading a lot of books about education and improving my art of educating. So I actually haven't read any new travel books recently. I have to be honest.
Okay, okay. Well, give us an education book that we should be reading.
Okay, there's one that's called the the art. Oh gosh, it's called Unearthing Joy. Unearthing Joy, and it just talks about how now there's a lot of studies that ties our emotions to learning, and how we need to make like the classroom joyful. And that's one of the book studies I'm doing with other fellow teachers in my district. Unearthing Joy.
All right. All right. Sounds great. All right, Lucy. Well, why don't we move to the nominees? Go ahead and tell us which 5 books have the honor of being nominated this year.
Okay, so I've looked at all of these titles, and I've even had the pleasure of interviewing a few of these nominees. So I swear my heart won't stop racing, and my voice is shaking. My apologies. Okay, the nominees for Best Travel Book. Okay, I have to ask, why is your name not on this list? But maybe that'll be another conversation, Harry. Okay, the first book, For a History of the World in 47 Borders, The Stories Behind the Lines on Our Maps, by John Elledge from the United Kingdom. Our second book, For West Goes East, a humorous chronicle of her 1972 journey to India. The author is Lily West from Japan. Our third nominee, For Every Country, A Journey to All 193 Nations of the World, from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe, Flavio Ferrari Zumbini from Italy. Our next nominee, for Pangaea, A Chronicle of Their 417-Day Circumnavigation of the World, by Carla Mota and Rui Pinto from Portugal. And last but not least, The Traveling Ape, What Traveling Nearly Everywhere Has Taught Me About Humanity, Geopolitics, and Happiness. And that is written by Michael Richards, also from the UK. That's an excellent list right there.
Thank you, Lucy. Now, Lucy, you're part of our sort of committee, our award and event committee, helping us decide on who the nominees are. So this year we decided not to nominate people who've been nominated before in the same category. Is that right?
Yes, that was a tough choice because, you know, there are certain people we see time and time again that we do want to recognize, but, you know, it's such a huge community out there, and we wanted to highlight some of the lesser known or newer people in the travel community and just putting the spotlight on more faces.
Right. Yeah, we did that. And in the end, we have come up with 2 people who are nominated again, but in a totally different category compared to their first nomination. But otherwise, yeah, it's all about celebrating all the people out there, isn't it, Lucy?
Exactly. We definitely want to, you know, share this joy and, you know, spread the acknowledgement because there's so many wonderful people.
Okay, thanks a lot, Lucy. It's time to move on. We're going south from where you are. We're heading to Mexico. So thanks for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.
See you soon, everyone.
Yeah, bye, Lucy. And it's time to call Mexico and Sam Hawthorne, who's there. And Sam was one of the presenters in the first and the second NomadMania Awards. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Harry. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Whereabouts are you in Mexico?
So I live in Oaxaca. I live in Mexico. So yeah, just in the southern part of Mexico, on the coast in Puerto Escondido.
Right. And you, this year, I believe, or was it last year, you completed 193?
It was this year. It was this year in March. I finally visited every country. I was just about to finish just before COVID, and then COVID stopped me on the final 13 countries. And then it was just this year where I finally managed to finish the final 13.
So how did it feel actually finally doing it?
It felt great. It felt great to finally finish. Yeah, it was, I think we've spoken about this before, but it was a dream I had since I was 13, 14 years old. So to be able to finally do that is, yeah, it was a great thing to be able to do that.
Okay, did you have a party, or, you know, did you celebrate?
No, I'm not much one for parties. I didn't really celebrate it. I felt good about it for 5-10 minutes, and then I don't know, my brain is just okay, on to the next thing.
Okay, fair enough. And do you have any further travel aims or dreams, or is this kind of it for you?
No, I probably will be doing not so much kind of just traveling, but more expedition style things. So I've always wanted to do kind of bigger, more difficult expeditions, kind of remote places.
Oh, can you give us some examples, Sam? I think Sam, are you there?
Yep, I am there. I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Can you maybe give us an example of one of the things you're planning?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't like to talk about things before I do them, but in about 14 days, I'm about to walk across Mexico. So, yeah.
Wow.
So,
walk across Mexico. So what, from north to south, or?
No. So there aren't many good places to walk across where you can walk in areas that don't have, you know, issues with narco traffickers or this type of thing. But I'm going to be walking from Salina Cruz to Coatzacoalcos, so it's across the isthmus. So it's the shortest part. It will only be 350 kilometers or so. So it's not super long. It's just a mini thing.
So how long do you think that will take you? Like,
I don't want to be too ambitious. like I'm going to try and do it in like 2 weeks or so. So that's probably only 20 kilometers a day. I could try and do more, but I don't know. I don't want to be too ambitious and try and do 30 or 40 kilometers a day. So yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's great. Okay, we should add you to our overlanders, which happens to be our theme this month. So walking, traveling. Yeah, wonderful.
Well,
All right, Sam.
let me do it first, and then you can add me.
Sure. Yeah. Well, why don't you tell us who the nominees are for low passport index traveler? And once again, let me just remind people, for low passport index, we only consider travelers from those countries whose passports are lower in the index of travel. That means that they need a lot of visas, and it's much more challenging to travel when they have the passports that they have. So let's hear who the nominees are.
Sure. Yeah, so the nominees for the lowest passport index from our host country, when we host the NomadMania Awards, is going to be Thailand, a young lady who will not be stopped by her passport and who's so far visited 180 countries, Peak Praisan. The other nominee is from a small town in Bangladesh, another unstoppable female solo traveler who keeps on going, Kaji Ajmeri. The third nominee, continuously traveling for the past year through 35 countries with a Filipino passport, is Hinawel Taiwan. The fourth nominee in this category is from a small town in India and an early fascination with maps to a global traveler. From India, it's Vishal Reddy. The fifth nominee in this category is traveling on an Algerian passport to prove the point that he can. It's our last year nominee for the most trusted fixer, Wasim Walnash.
Yep, that's it. Do you have any idea who you might want to vote for, or is this very difficult?
Well, I think, seeing as I know Wasim, I might have to vote for him. There's a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know you said you shouldn't nominate your friends. I didn't nominate him, but I might have to vote for him, seeing as I know him. So.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. Fair enough. Let me say, Wasim is one of the two people who have been nominated before. Last year, Wasim was nominated for the fixer category, but the fixer who won, Fadi, will be with us later today, hopefully. So we decided that given Wasim's travels, we will nominate him again. But fair enough.
I just want to say, I think it's incredible. I travel with a British passport. I know you do as well, Harry. That's one of the easiest passports in the world to travel with. So to travel with these types of passports, to visit as many countries as they have, it's an incredible achievement for all the nominees, regardless.
Yeah. Well, that's why we introduced this category. In fact, I think it's really, really important that it's separate, because they don't face the same challenges that we face, or rather, we don't face anything like the challenges that they have to face. So I think they deserve the recognition for this effort. Okay, Sam. Well, really lovely to have you here. And to see you, and I hope to see each other live somewhere in the world. I don't believe you are coming to ETF, since you're going to be walking to Mexico. So, we'll see you somewhere, I suppose.
Okay, cool. That sounds great.
Thanks a lot. Okay, take care then. Bye. So we've heard 3 of the 7 categories that we're going to reveal today. And next we invite the other one of the first presenters of the first and second NomadMania Awards, and that is none other than Francisco Ortiz. So, Francisco, here
hello, Harry.
he is. Hello. I just saw you yesterday. So, how is Tbilisi treating you?
Oh, it's nice. It's very open and free, very business friendly, and very easy in general. I think it's one of the only, or maybe the only country where you can stay even as a tourist for an entire year, for some passports. So yeah, we've been based here for 4 years, I think, or 5 years. by now.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about your plans and your sort of digital nomad life. How does it look like? What are you actually doing nowadays?
Yeah. So I've been fully nomadic and working online since 2015. I went through many things, but since 2020, I'm a full-time content creator. At some point, I created travel content, but nowadays it's mostly personal finance, so not much travel related anymore. But I keep traveling with my wife. She's from Italy. And
Congratulations, by the way, for getting married.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, and now we're in Tbilisi, but on Tuesday we go to Africa, and we're gonna do overland from Kenya all the way down to Cape Town. It's gonna be our first time exploring that area of Africa, so we're very excited.
Okay, that sounds brilliant. And what about your website and your followers? And do you create content for them still, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, so I used to have a travel blog. I'm not creating that much content anymore. But my wife is a full-time travel blogger, so she does have a travel website and creates content about most of the destinations we visit. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'm sure that your trip in Africa is going to be an eye-opener. And as I told you yesterday, I mean, in that area of the world, I really love Namibia a lot. I think Namibia is one of the most amazing countries globally. It offers something for everyone. So that's definitely something you can look forward to as you make your way down.
For sure.
So have a good trip. Okay, so Francisco is here to present us the nominees for Most Intrepid Traveler. And I believe that this is one of the more controversial categories. Initially, when we launched it, people were saying you are encouraging people to do crazy things. And what we say is that, well, they'll do them whether we're here or not. We just recognize maybe these crazy things. So why don't you go ahead and tell us who these nominees are?
Yeah. So the nominees for Most Intrepid Traveler are, first, with 2 Emmy nominations and a YouTube channel with more than 1.5 million followers from Canada, it's Mike Corey. The second nominee, she overlanded alone in Africa in her Toyota Hilux for 18 months. From France, it's Charlene Ribota, a popular daredevil who focuses on the affordable as well as the crazy. From Romania, it's Catalin Stanțiulescu. In fourth place, a mountaineer aiming to climb every country's highest peak. From Austria, Andreas Aschabel. She traveled independently in Somalia for 6 weeks until she was deported. From the United States, Lakshmi Parthasarathi. And last but not least, he completed a human-powered solo world circumnavigation by bike, kick scooter, and walking for more than a year. From Denmark, Nikolai Bangsgaard.
What do you think of these achievements?
Crazy stuff.
Would you ever attempt a house stay in Somalia or a world circumnavigation partially by walking?
I've hitchhiked through many countries, but this is like a whole different level.
Yeah, I agree. I think our intrepid category is getting more and more extreme every year, so but the more we explore, the more we realize what amazing things some travelers are doing, and our jaw drops, and then we really need to record that and somehow mention it to the community. So yeah,
it's very inspiring for sure. Yeah.
Indeed. Well, thank you, Francisco.
Thank you.
I guess you need to go pack. So, enjoy the trip. I'm sure you will. And
thank you very much.
And then I'll be waiting to hear your impressions when you get back.
For sure.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Francisco. Bye. All right. So some really intrepid people there. And that only leaves two more categories for us to reveal. And one of them is the Best Fixer award. And this is one where, we have the chance to finally showcase countries which are unlikely to export travelers. So it's nice to have flags for countries that are unusual. So we're going to call Fadi, who won the Best Fixer award last year. Is he here, or can we show the video from Syria? I leave that to the powers that be.
Could you be the one to call when I lose control? Who knows? Could you be the one to call when I lose control?
So yeah, among the crazy things we did was a trip to Syria recently, where one of the activities was getting the Volkswagen Beetles and having a whole load of Beetles take us down the road. And that was Fadi's incredible achievement. Hello, Fadi.
Hi, Harry. How are you? We're missing you here too much.
Yeah, I miss you too. I really miss you. And thanks once again for giving us a trip that everyone is going to remember so much. Yeah, that was amazing.
We do our best to bring the people here to make them happy every time they have different experience when they came here to Syria.
Your beard is looking very well groomed, I have to say. And Fadi, you told me you got your visa for Thailand.
Yes, I got it yesterday.
Congratulations. So,
Thank
ladies
you.
and
Thank you.
gentlemen, Fadi will be at the Extraordinary Travel Festival. We will have the pleasure of meeting him there. And he is one of the co-founder of the Golden Team agency in Syria, which takes very good care of travelers. Now, I believe you're not taking people to Quneitra anymore. Am I right?
And this time, no possible, because the time from the other side they are making some very very aggressive works, so we couldn't make take.
Yeah, anyone else? Okay. We were very lucky to go to Quneitra about a month ago and see that area of the Golan Heights, which is part of Syria still, and actually see the kind of no man's land there. I guess the Syrian Wi-Fi connection or internet connection is failing us there. Let's see if Fadi manages to log back in. But what I will say to people who who think Syria is dangerous, Syria itself is not dangerous at all, at least not the places that we visited. I imagine that now it's exceptionally difficult to be able to get there. But probably you can still go through Jordan if you dare to go to that region. But given what we heard about our intrepid travelers, I suppose that is, going to Syria is not even that intrepid anymore. Okay, well, Fadi was going to introduce the nominees for Best Fixer. Maybe he's back.
Yes, I'm.
You're back,
Sorry,
Fadi.
the internet
Okay.
here is not so good. You know that situation here in Syria.
Yeah. Yeah, the internet is definitely not optimal. Why don't we do this then quickly while you're online? And if you can, give us the nominees for Best Fixer, please.
Okay, for the nominees for most trusted local fixer for the year 2024 are we have from Mali, Amado Sisi. And from Azerbaijan, we have Emil Pashali, we have from Liberia, Vakarmo Valerie Sarnor. And from Turkmenistan, we have Murad Oviku Kulayf. And from Nigeria, we have Abdul Wahab.
That's from Niger. But anyway, that's okay. We thank you so much, Fadi, for that. And I think Fadi's gone again. So we just managed to get the nominees. Thank you, Fadi, for defying the difficult internet connections in Syria and giving us the nominees. So we've already had 6 categories down, I believe, or is it 5? No, it's 5. So we've got 2 more to go. I don't know if our next guest is here yet, who will present the Most Purposeful Travel Award nominees. So let me invite Mette Ehlers Mikkelsen, who is the head of our committee. Hello, Mette. How is Algeria?
Hello, Harry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, very well.
Perfect. Algeria is fine. I am here in Tipasa. I think I even got the harbor of Tipasa in the background.
Yeah. Oh, and you have a boarding card in your hands.
Yes, that was the only thing I had to write on. And I had to find a way to also write the names of the nominees.
Okay.
So it had to be this one.
Perfect. Perfect. Mette, tell us a little bit about the NomadMania committee that you're the head of. It's now 2 years old. So give us a little overview of what the committee is up to.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think to understand what is the executive committee of NomadMania, one should think of kind of the heart and soul or the consciousness of NomadMania, sort of in the world where things go so fast and we have so many ambitions and so many initiatives. So to have this group of people who really represent the diversity of all of our travelers, that really loves NomadMania and wants the best for it, and are following and are all the time there to help and support NomadMania, and to say, you know, if we're in doubt, what do we prioritize? Do we go to the right or to the left? A little more of that, a little less of that. To have such a group that continuously over years follow and formulate the vision and the mission of NomadMania, and keeps being there for you, for Orist, and for the organization and our entire community. So that's very much what we do. And then, of course, we're not just thinking. It's not just an academic exercise or hard or brain exercise. It's also just a lot of activities. So we do make sure we have subcommittees that would work with sustainable travel, mental health and travel, diversity and inclusion, verification, which is an area that just becomes bigger and bigger, seeing more and more travelers request it, and also more and more travelers reach or approach 193, and it becomes a little more important that we really trust each other and we trust our community here and our ranks and everything as well. So a little bit of these sort of things that each in their own rights are really important to us.
Okay. Thank you, Mette. I think what makes me very happy about this executive committee is that its 11 members are still there, still motivated after 2 years. You know, they're still involved in the area that, you know, they have expertise in and they prefer to work in. And each one in their own way is really contributing to making NomadMania better. So thank you. Thank you for heading this committee, because it, you know, you volunteered a lot of time, and this is really appreciated. I want you to know that. So, Mette, why don't you go ahead and give us the nominees for Most Purposeful Traveler for this year?
Oh, I will. I kind of love this category because purposeful is everything that it's also about. It's the excitement, it's the adventure, yes, but it's also that we care about this planet that we travel to, the climate, sustainability, biodiversity, and empowerment, and peace and education, equality. It's everything of that, why we do love the world. So this particular category of also giving something back, that's close to my heart at least.
Great. Yep.
So that's why I kind of love that I get to nominate this year's nominees for most purposeful traveler. First one being the founder of the largest community of travelers, Travel Massive, from Australia. It's Ian Cumming. And approaching the world with kindness and giving back to people who may not have been so fortunate. Also from Australia, it's Samuel Weidenhofer. So, holding our breath to number 3, traveling to bring justice to girls and women abused by foreign men and left pregnant. Once again from Australia, it's Andrew McLeod. And as number 4, because no, this is not only an all Australian category, it's traveling around the world, traveling to 190 countries wearing a hijab and aiming to empower women. From Bahrain, it's Rasha Youssef. And finally, traveling and documenting the consequences of rising temperatures and loss of diversity. From Belgium, it's Christian Lauwers.
Yeah, thank you, Meta. Indeed, these are incredible people, who have either built community or are dispelling myths about certain aspects of travel, or seeking justice, or seeking to educate. I think there's a lot we can learn from these purposeful travelers. So I don't know these nominees personally, but I would really like to thank them for doing what they do. That is very important.
They all seem like people you would like to have a dinner and a conversation with.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that would be nice. I do believe that one or two of them may be in Bangkok, so we might have a chance to meet them for that dinner. Well, Meta, enjoy your trip in Algeria. Thank you very much for joining us. It looks like it's great weather there, and perfect time, sort of sunset. So I'm really envious.
Well, I think I have my 2 travel companions here, Nikolai and Lerke, so my eldest children, and they
The
think
best
exactly.
your children.
For me,
Wonderful.
the best.
Okay, enjoy it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye, Meta.
Bye.
Bye. So, folks, that completes our guests for today. And we did take you around the planet. We always try to. So we had Bangkok, California, Mexico, Georgia, Syria, Algeria. You can't complain. A lot of nice places. And that leaves me alone to announce the last category of the ones where you vote, and that is the biggest traveler award. And this is always a very difficult one, how to shortlist people when you have so many great travelers. To a certain extent, our policy of not renominating people took quite a few out of the equation. And I do have to say, guys, we do love Tor. Tor, we love you, but you already won the award 2 years ago. You're not going to win it again. You're not going to be nominated again. So many people nominated Tor yet again. And we thank you for this nomination and for your expression of love, but he has already won. So the nominees for biggest traveler this year are, she has coined the term no tripophobia. Great term. I love it. Phobia of not having trips. From the United States, it's Kristen Templin. And the nominee who was nominated last year for the Most Intrepid Traveler Award. He's only 26 and he's not stoppable and traveling to the most insane places from Portugal. It's Daniel Pinto. And we have Travel to Unlimited, power travel couple who have been traveling together for the past 5 years. From Belarus, Ruslan Margolin, and Ukraine, Natalia Velichko. This is a combined nomination. The fourth nominee is the first Arab woman to have been to every country. She finished this year with Uruguay after going for it for 18 years. It's Mariam Abdullah from Kuwait. And the fifth nominee is the first person we know of who visited every country twice, but that is not enough, and he is still traveling with wild adventures under his belt from Norway. It's Gunnar Garfors. And the last nominee in the Biggest Traveler Award, where this is where we looked at our own statistics. And I don't know how many of you know this, but if you fill in your profile using the trips option, which is the most correct way to fill in your profile, this is where you really get the statistics to work, you get the maps to work, you can get everything correctly. So for the people who do that, they show up on the statistics. And the one category that touches me a lot personally, and also I think is the most interesting, is to see who has visited the highest number of new regions within a year. Now, this is impressive, and you've got quite a few people who are doing really great stuff there. So our final nominee for Biggest Traveler is Benjamin Ballard from the United States, who in the last year has been on an incredible overland. And I believe he has visited 123 new NomadMania regions this year alone, plus a few more when he started the trip last year. So those are the 6 incredible travelers nominated for Biggest Traveler. Congratulations. And that, in a way, completes our nominees reveal. What that still leaves us is with the 5 awards that are chosen internally. And those the result of those will be revealed directly in Bangkok during our NomadMania award show. Let me just remind you that these awards are 3 are closely related to NomadMania. So they are the best NomadMania team member. This is the only award that's chosen just by myself. Then we have the biggest NomadMania friend category, which has been won in the past years by Mehraj Mahmudov, Orest Zub, and last year it was awarded to 2 people, Odette Ricasa and Michael Staffas. So that award tells us who is really close to our heart. Now, this year we're introducing a new award for Best Envoy, since we launched the Envoy program in February, and we have quite a number of envoys, so we will be giving a Best Envoy award. And then we have 2 more awards that we decide. One is the Against All Odds Traveler, which rewards a traveler who, despite difficulty of any kind, still manages to travel. And then, of course, the Lifetime Travel Achievement Award, which in the past has been given to Heinz Stücke, André Brugiru, and last year to Rauli Virtanen from Finland, who is also the first person we know of who has been to every country. So that, on the whole, will make for 13 NomadMania awards this year, and that is the highest number of awards we have ever given. So, Orest, are you there somewhere?
I'm still here in Khochant, Tajikistan.
The in Khochant is better than the connection in Syria. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So
here it comes, right? Here it comes, guys. This is the moment that everyone, you, us, Harry, everybody in the team, and all this amazing community have been waiting for. So you can now go on our website, and the first blog post will lead you to the voting page. Also, you can open your email, thanks to which you actually came here, and you can click the button there, and also you will go on that page, and I will, guys, lead you as well, just to give you the showcase how does it work. So this is basically the page which is already on our website, and you can find it here, which is the first one in our blog. This one, you click on it, and this what appears. You can go scroll down, you can actually see all those amazing people that have been featured today. You can learn a little bit more about them with a nicely done bio. You can click the links, get to know more about the work they're doing, and obviously, guys, you can vote. You can choose just one person in each category, which is obvious, hopefully. And an important thing, guys, also to you to realize that you have to log in on our website, right? So you have to be a NomadMania user, you have to log in, and once you do it, you will see those voting buttons appearing. And yeah, just vote for your favorite traveler in each of the categories. This is very important for them, this is very important for us, and I believe this is also very important for the entire travel community, because what we are doing with the awards, and we are developing some kind of Oscar in the travel world, which hopefully will bring a lot of new faces to us, that they will inspire the entire travel community.
Please vote fairly, okay? Please take the time to read what we write about every nominee, read up on them, see their links. Don't go for the most obvious choice necessarily. We really want this to be fair, and may the best people win. What can I say? It's not about winning this. This is more symbolic than anything else, and it's an excuse for us to educate and entertain you, as I said.
There is plenty of time until our gala awards in Bangkok, which will happen on November 17th, but don't delay. I think this nice Sunday evening, afternoon, depending where are you in the world, is probably a good chance to set aside some of your daily routine stuff and dig deeper into our candidates. So we'll be closely monitoring how the vote system will go, obviously, and let's the best people actually win in their categories.
Thank you all for joining us today. We managed to do it in exactly an hour, and we look forward to seeing you on the 17th of November. That's exactly 4 weeks from today. For those of you who will be in Bangkok, we'll be there live. And for those of you who will be watching at home, for all categories, we have a number of surprises, which we will announce during the show. So this is a show that you don't want to miss. I think it's going to be really interesting for you. And we're going to obviously have some really cool traveler guests, including some of the people who will be in Bangkok. So until then, I guess we'll sign off. Enjoy your time in Tajikistan, Orest. And for those of you who are thinking about coming to our conference, all we can say is reserve while you can.
Good luck, and see you somewhere in the world.
Take care. Thank you for joining. Bye.